If you believe a better world starts from within, you're in the right place. Welcome to Hold the Light. I'm Lori Gunning-Grossman, founder of Hold the Light Collective. This is a special series, a guided exploration of the Freedom Transmissions, a spiritual book about building a strong inner foundation so you can show up more authentically in your life and in the world. Let's begin. Part 1, The Sacred Heart Transmissions. Chapter 1, AM Yeshua, pages 23 through 33. I like to think of this chapter as a meet and greet with Yeshua. He introduces himself to us and then also shares a bit about what to expect as we move through the Freedom Transmissions. So, who is Yeshua? Well, as he explains, he is peace. He is your peace, the essence of your being. When we choose peace, we choose our true selves. So here, Yeshua is telling us that through the process of going through these transmissions and meditations and prayers, we'll be making more room for our true selves. And here's how. Through dismantling of the illusion self and all the imbalances, complexity, and stress that the supposed to self creates for us. So by connecting with his wisdom and clarity, we're going to learn how to dig deeper into our own peace, balance, faith, forgiveness, and freedom. Here's something that's important to know. Yeshua says here that you don't even have to believe in him or have faith in him or understand him to receive his grace. He's like, it's totally cool. My grace is available to you and still works through you no matter what you believe in. And here's why. It's because, as Yeshua says, you're not separate from him. You are him, and he is you. This is the co-creation part. This is the we are never alone part. This is the I am one with the divine part. In this chapter, this is what Yeshua is expressing to us. He's here to assist each of us in feeling and living the essence of peace every day more. By finding yourself here reading the Freedom Transmissions at this point in time, it's a shared moment with Yeshua, or as he says, this is our moment. There's no division or separation. You're heeding a call that requires courage because guess what? If you're finding yourself here, according to Yeshua, you're part of the pioneers ushering an era of balance, transparency, and peace. It can't come to us until we come to it. And this is what he wants us to know. Let's talk about peace and balance for just a moment. It's something so many of us want, yet how do we find it? Well, Yeshua says, lower the bar on the cross that keeps you suspended in disappointment, imbalance, and regret. Stop raising the bar in favor of more money, more attention, more fillers, more followers, more following, more seeking. He says, if each of you reached for balance and lowered the bar of expectations of self and world, you would experience far more freedom and peace. You will need to learn to shift your focus from the becoming to coming to be. Coming to be is your journey of realizing that what you already are is enough. No more, no less. Can you remember a time when you felt that what you are is already enough? To actually feel that level of peace? Here, Yeshua talks about how it's our presence that's needed by the world, not what we do or think or how hard we work or how much or how little we try. And that fully embodying that presence requires a deep responsibility that each of us are accountable for as individuals within the collective. So let's stop on this part just for a moment, because it's so good that fully embodying our presence requires a deep responsibility and accountability to the whole, not just to ourselves. Being a human on this earth, it's not just about me. It's about we. We have a responsibility and accountability to the whole. This is living from a balanced heart instead of the complexity of our mind and ego. So how do we get into that balanced heart? You guessed it, by delving into this wisdom of the Freedom Transmissions. As I mentioned at the top, this book, it's about dismantling the illusion self and coming back to our true self, where we feel peace in our mind, heart, and spirit. I love this quote from this chapter. It goes like this: "The call of the second coming, the coming home to your true essence, may have begun as a quiet voice in the background, your intuition saying, 'Slow down, reduce commitments, use discernment. This is not sustainable. I am not happy.' But often the voice is suppressed through the clamor of the mind and all of the external expectations and responsibilities you face as a human being. Yet the voice will not disappear. And now, as a matter of fact, it has grown louder, for your soul wishes to be suppressed no longer. Your soul wishes to be suppressed no longer. Let me ask you, what in your soul wishes to no longer be suppressed? What is that quiet voice telling you? Listen to it. Don't dismiss it. This is the call of the soul and spirit. As Yeshua says, the soul that is the seat of consciousness within you, the spirit that extends from your soul, connecting you to the external world and web of life. It's spirit's call to you from within you. Essentially, someone's calling from inside the house. And what's this call exactly? It's your soul calling for a feeling of peace and for the freedom to live its authentic purpose, not the mind's expectation of what that purpose should be. So as you move through this book, Yeshua basically says to expect change individually and collectively. Things might be moved around, things might come and go in ways that might feel uncomfortable to your mind. I've seen it in my own life. There have been some big changes, like being let go from a job or moving from my home, but when I bring fearless faith, non-resistance, and love to the table, I see that Spirit is working for me in ways that perhaps I can't do for myself, to move me into my deeper essence and service and evolution. What's suggested that you bring to the table is surrender. Quote, "The more you surrender to what you cannot control or understand and reach for the strength of the light within you, the more you will see, hear, and realize the wonder of the pathway to peace unfurling." You might feel some fear around the idea of things being moved around in your life or shifted or changed, but can you embrace fearless faith and non-resistance as a way to move deeper into your state of surrender? We're going to learn how to create peace in our minds, hearts, and spirit, regardless of outside influences, which includes family, kids, work, school, communities, and so forth. Because until we can create oneness on our inside, we cannot create it on the outside. As I mentioned in the introduction episode, the Freedom Transmissions is about how to get internally aligned. And as Yeshua points out, many of you listening are already on this path, or else you would not have found yourself here or reading or listening to the Freedom Transmissions. So, as Yeshua asks as we kick off this book, do you want to be on a path to and of peace? Or do you want to stay in the struggle you feel internally that keeps you feeling separate and at war with the external world? If you're feeling or have felt some discomfort or anxiety as you go through this chapter, that's totally natural. It's because, as he says, you are evolving rapidly, and the only thing holding you back is fear of loss of control. But that's why Yeshua is here, to shine the light for you, to walk through those doubts, those fears, with support and love. Expect to create more room for your true self to emerge through the dismantling of the illusion self and all the imbalances, which we will discuss in the next episode, and all the stress that the supposed to self creates for you. But don't worry, Yeshua says, "I will hold your hand through this process, and you will hold mine." Here's a thought that might be helpful for you if you are feeling some fear or trepidation. This journey isn't just about you. It's also about being in service to other people, places, and things. As you move deeper into your peace, you'll encourage others to do the same. So I'll leave you with a quote from this chapter. "You are not a light worker. You are a light holder, a light anchor. Through your movement to deeper balance and peace, you hold the light, inspire, and liberate others to move deeper into their own. That is the service of your Yeshua self. Here's your focus until the next episode. If you're feeling fear or worry, journal about it. Try to identify what's at the core for you and then ask yourself if, even just for one day, if you can embrace non-resistance and fearless faith around this process. Read or reread in Part 1, The Sacred Heart Transmissions, Chapter 2, The 3 Veils and 7 Imbalances of the Mind, pages 34 through 60. Here, we're reading about the 7 imbalances. Stop after that first paragraph on page 60. The imbalances will be our focus in the next episode. In the audiobook, listen to Part 1, The Sacred Heart Transmissions, Chapter 2, The 3 Veils and 7 Imbalances of the Mind, up until the 27-minute mark. All links and information are in the show notes, in addition to a Google form where you can ask any questions that come up for you. Thanks for listening. Keep holding the light. If this series is resonating with you, I'd love to stay connected. Visit holdthelightcollective.com to sign up for my weekly newsletter, Build the Light. It's where I share good news for the soul, plus my latest events and offerings. All links are in the show notes. And if this podcast has meant something to you, the most generous thing you can do is share it with someone. Hold the Light is produced by me, Lori Gunning-Grossman, with additional producing and sound design by Jonathan Grossman, who also wrote our original theme music. Until next time, keep holding the light.